A very good day to you, Friday the 6th of October, and this week's video update comes to you courtesy of the school car park. The reason for that is I wanted to begin this week by just saying a big thank you to families at home for supporting the school in making sure that your children are arriving at school correctly dressed and that they're abiding by the school rules in terms of phones. And I thought it would be quite interesting for you to see what happens at the other end, because you send them to school in the morning, dashing out of the house with their school uniform, and I wanted you to have a look at what happens when they arrive at school. As you can see behind me, I've got my high-vis yellow jacket on. I've got a team of staff behind me as well. We meet and greet pupils when they arrive at school, whether that be on the bus or whether that be up the old school drive just behind me. And it's a good opportunity to engage them in some conversation, but then we check their uniform, we check that they don't have their mobile phones, headphones, that sort of thing. I've got to say, over the course of the last 2 weeks especially, the standards have been absolutely superb. They really have. It's such a joy to be able to start the day having that conversation with pupils, and I just want to extend a big thank you on behalf of all of us to you as parents at home. We've just got somebody wanting to say hello, I think they're behind me. So 4 quick updates for this week attached to the weekly newsletter. I want to begin by just saying a big thanks to you for supporting Open Evening last Thursday. It was absolutely packed at the school. We had over 1,000 people coming to take a look around, which was super. We did 3 talks, a really good feel around the place, but I'm really conscious that the reason, or a big part of the reason for that, was because of our students. So many of them came back on Thursday to support the event, and they could only do that, or the majority of them could only do that because of the taxi service that they received from you at home and the support that they received from you at home. So big thank you, we're really grateful. Second update today is about attendance. You'll notice that I'll just make reference to that in the weekly newsletter. Just 2 things to draw your attention to now. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Obviously, as a parent myself, if your child is ill, it's sometimes a very difficult call to make as to whether to send them to school or not. And this video message and the briefing on the website, sorry, on the weekly update, is not in any way intended to patronise or criticise parents' decisions on whether to send their child to school or not. I appreciate it's a very tough decision, and it is a decision that you are by far and away best placed to make. But what I wanted to do was just draw your attention to the impact that low levels of attendance have on academic progress, and that is very difficult to argue. So I've made reference to that in the newsletter, but I also wanted to offer a support document that I think is really quite helpful. It's been written by the NHS and it's intended for parents to use as a reference tool when making these decisions about whether or not their child should go to school if they're suffering with a particular type of illness. And it's really quite specific about the different illnesses that your child may get, and how long to keep them off school. I thought it was quite helpful for you to see that, which is why I referenced it on the newsletter. 2 more. The first of the 2, Twilight Tuesdays. I gave that a mention a few weeks ago. So Twilight Tuesdays kick off this coming Tuesday, so Tuesday the 10th of October. There's a separate communication that will come out to all parents of years 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13, inviting students to come and join us. The first event is Tuesday the 10th over in our pack, which is the Performing Arts Centre just behind me. And that kicks off at about 3:45 for about an hour. Our guest speaker next week is a former student, Ed Sanders. Really looking forward to hearing from him about his life story. He left Chipping Campden School about 10 years ago and has gone on to do some incredible things. It'd be great for our students to hear a little bit from him about the learnings that he's taken so far in his relatively young life. And then they continue in the weeks ahead, but that communication from Mr. Bishop will explain everything in a little bit more detail about Twilight Tuesdays. And then to finish off with, work of the week this week goes to Esme in year 11 from Hicks House, and we are absolutely delighted to be able to confirm that Esme has been successful in gaining a place at the Royal School of Music in London. So from November to April in the year ahead, not only will she be studying for her GCSEs in year 11, but every Sunday from, I think it's 10 until 5, she will be down in London, and she will be learning to, continuing to learn to play the bassoon. Absolutely fantastic for Esme and her family, and many congratulations to all. So that is it for today. I hope you're all well, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. Bye for now.